Hey guys, Ben Paints here, and today we're back once again for another video, and this time we are down at Teamsport Bristol once again, and the footage you are watching is part of the new Teamsport Grid series. Now, this was going to be a full video just like normal, however, as you can see from the footage, this is sort of what happened throughout the whole time I was there, sort of just racing around on my own, not really a lot of action going on, and if there was, it was action that was going on behind me. And as my camera only points in one direction, I don't have a 360 cam, I did have to point the camera in one direction, so didn't capture much of it. So what we're going to do today is a little bit of a lap guide for you guys here down at Bristol. So just going to run you through here. This lap that's coming up now is a 38-second lap dead. So just wanted to run you guys through this and just sort of show you and have a little breakdown of some of the lines I take and braking points, just so that I can sort of explain to you guys what I do, and hopefully it will help some of you guys that come down to Bristol currently or in the future. Now, if you do enjoy this video, could you please hit a like on it, as I really do appreciate it. And if you do enjoy this video, I look forward to more in the future. We've got a lot coming up in recent weeks. Then make sure to hit the subscribe button as well, as it really does mean a lot to me. So here we are then, coming down on the end of the flying lap in full, and you can see we've come around and across the line with a 38.035 second lap. So we're just going to cut back now and take a little bit of time to reflect on that lap and see how it goes in slow motion. So here you can see me coming across the line on this lap. You can see I'm trying to stay as tight to the barrier on the left hand side as I can, just so I can straight line across the start finish line to start the lap. Now I do slow it down a little bit more here. I try and stay in the middle of the track here. You can see I'm already turning, and I actually apply a little bit of brake throttle so I can get the car as stabilised as possible and as close to the first apex as I can, because that minimises the track distance. And this part of the track you want to stay as tight and just smooth as you can. You can see hitting the first apex there once again, hitting the brakes nice and early, and then following my throttle all the way through here, moving a little bit to the left there just to try and swing the car back round to the right. You don't want to do it too much, as you end up on the slippery bits there on the left hand side on that big area, so you want to try and avoid that if you can, and then clip this apex here on the left hand side. Now here is sort of the make or break moment of the lap. You can see I applied the throttle quite early here on the black line, the second black line that's on the floor. There's three. I hit it on the second one, and that allows me to really get the car rotated and as close to the apex as I can. You can see I've also hit my throttle as early as I can to try and get as much momentum going up the ramp as I can. Now the key here, I didn't quite do it on this lap, but it's to get the car as rotated 90 degrees you can without sliding too much, so you can then get your foot on the power as early as possible. Now coming into this section of the track, you want to stay to the middle to the inside, going over this white splodge here, and then there's also two white dots on the left hand side. You want to try and run it over the first one there, so you can try and get as tight as you can to the apex. I miss it a little bit here on this lap, but you also want to lift off a tiny bit, you can see from my throttle there, just so you can keep the car stabilised as I mentioned earlier. Run it all the way to the left there, and then here's my favourite corner. There's a little bit of a lighter patch here. You can see me hitting the brake as I turn in and keep it down, let off early and on the power before the apex once again, to try and keep the momentum up on the car. You want to try and keep your minimum speed up as much as you can. You can see here another dark patch on the floor that I sort of run over as my turning point for the second hairpin to try and run it as close to the apex as I can, and I run it all the way out to the barrier just to try and hold the momentum of the speed of the car as much as I can. Now here's also a very difficult corner to get right, and also the last corner on the track. You want to try and brake just at this dark line here. I brake a little bit early on this part, and you want to try and be as smooth as possible on the brakes here and sort of lift off as you go through, and then get on the power early. You can see me doing it there before the corner once again, whilst also holding the same steering angle throughout, just so you can try and keep the momentum of the car going the whole way through, and running it all the way up to the barriers on the left hand side to keep it as straight as possible going down to the start finish straights. The main key points that I want to take away from this is just try and keep the momentum of the car up as much as you can. You're going to see in the next lap that I try to replicate this here. However, this does bring us to the end of the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, could you please leave a like on the video and subscribe for more in the future. We've got a lot coming up in recent weeks. We've got the third round of Club 73 at Rye House coming on this coming week, and the week after we have the third and fourth round of the SRK Championship at Formula Fast. And as always, my Instagram is linked down below if you do want to keep up to date with some more goings on that I get up to off the track as well as on it. So I hope to see you guys there. If you guys from Bristol have any other similar tips, feel free to leave them down below, as it will help out as many people as possible. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.